Live today as if it will define the kind of human you are. We usually believe this: today's decisions are small. Today's mistakes can be fixed later. We wait for big moments to believe our life truly begins. Kant would say the opposite. A life is not shaped by one great decision. It is shaped by small choices, repeated, quietly, every day. This video is not about success. It is not about happiness. It is about a harder question. Who are you becoming, even when you are not paying attention? Kant believed this: every choice trains your moral identity. Nothing is ever neutral. To understand why, we need Kant's most demanding idea about responsibility. Kant did not believe in the phrase, "just this once." He rejected common excuses, circumstances, social pressure, temporary emotions, not because he was harsh, but because he was precise. Kant believed this: if you have reason, you have responsibility. Being human means you are capable of choosing principles, and that means you cannot hide behind conditions. You are not only responsible for what happens, you are responsible for the rule you accept when you act. Every time you say, "This situation is different," you are quietly approving a principle you may use again. Here is Kant's sharp warning: every excuse you accept today becomes a rule you allow tomorrow. And this is where Kant becomes frighteningly strict. For Kant, morality collapses the moment it becomes convenient. Before you act, ask one question: if everyone acted this way, what kind of world would exist? This is Kant's core test. A principle is not a tool, it is not a tactic. A principle is a rule you are willing to live with for an entire lifetime. Modern life teaches the opposite. We adjust our principles to fit our advantage. We call this realism. We call this being practical. But Kant saw through it. A rule that changes when it becomes costly was never a rule at all. Here is the hard truth. A principle that bends for benefit is not a principle. It is a preference. And Kant knew something else quietly limits us. Kant did not believe humans are wise. He believed they are accountable. There are things you can never know. You cannot know long-term outcomes. You cannot see every consequence. You cannot predict how the world will respond. Kant accepted this. Human reason has limits, but responsibility does not disappear with uncertainty. Because even when outcomes are unclear, one thing is always clear. You know which principle you are choosing. You know whether you are acting from fear or from duty. You know whether you are using others as tools or respecting them as ends. This is Kant's humility. Reason is limited. Knowledge is incomplete, but duty remains. You are not judged by what you could not know. You are judged by what you chose anyway. And this leads to Kant's deepest concern: dignity. Dignity is not something you feel, it is something you preserve. This is Kant's core claim. A human being is never a tool, never a means, never a resource, not for money, not for success, not even for survival. And this applies even when you are tempted to use yourself. Modern life quietly encourages this trade. You sell your principles to stay comfortable. You sell your time to feel important. You sell yourself to succeed. Kant saw the danger clearly. The moment you treat yourself as a means, you violate the very thing that gives your life moral weight. And once dignity is violated, no success can compensate. You may gain status, you may gain security, you may gain applause, but you lose the ability to fully stand behind yourself. This is why Kant's lesson is not about happiness. Kant did not think happiness was evil. He thought it was unreliable. Happiness depends on conditions, on health, on money, on timing, on other people. It appears, it fades, often without warning. Dignity is different. Dignity depends on action, on choice, on the principles you live by. It does not vanish when circumstances change. This is why Kant never asked, "Are you happy?" He asked something harder. Are you worthy of happiness if it arrives? Because happiness can be luck. You can receive it without earning it. You can lose it without deserving it. But dignity is never accidental. It is built through repeated decisions made under pressure, through restraint when shortcuts are available, through principle when compromise is easier. Happiness can be given. Dignity must be practiced. And once you understand this, the meaning of an entire life changes. Every choice rehearses the person you are becoming. Kant believed that no action is neutral. Every time you act, you cast a vote for the kind of human being you allow to exist through you. Not someday, not in theory, but now. This changes how decisions work. Before acting, Kant would ask 3 quiet questions. Could this choice become a general rule that everyone follows? Would I accept others treating me the same way? And after this decision, will I still be able to respect myself? These questions do not guarantee success. They do something more important. They protect your moral identity. They stop you from living as a reaction machine. They force you to live deliberately. Under this lens, life is not a performance, it is an argument made slowly through repeated choices. You do not argue with words, you argue with how you treat people, with what you tolerate, with what you refuse to do even when it costs you. To live as if it matters forever is not dramatic, it is disciplined. It means choosing as if this decision will train you, because it will. And this brings us to Kant's final lesson. Kant did not teach how to be happy, he taught how to be worthy of happiness. That distinction matters. Happiness comes and goes. It depends on luck, on timing, on conditions you cannot control. Worthiness does not. Worthiness is built, slowly, quietly, through choices that no one applauds. Kant never promised peace of mind. He promised something harder, a life you can stand behind. To live as if your choices matter forever is not a threat, it is a responsibility. Because every choice is quietly deciding who you are becoming. This series was never about finding answers. Kant is not the answer. Kant is the standard. A standard that asks one question again and again. Not, did this work? But, was this worthy of a rational human being? When success fades, when happiness disappears, when no one is watching, only one thing remains: the kind of human you became through your choices. If you want philosophy that trains character, not motivation, subscribe. Because when everything else fades, principles remain. And so do you.